Hey, you guys, welcome back. It's Uncle Ray. Part 2 of the best records you may never have heard before. Picking up where we left off with Jonathan Richman.
Some people try to pick up girls and get called asshole. This never happened to Pablo Picasso. You could walk down your street, girls could not resist the stare, and so Pablo Picasso was never called an asshole.
Yeah, so Jonathan Richman, I just didn't give him enough time to explain. He's a great artist with a passion that is unmatched by anyone. This is his early band, The Modern Lovers. A lot of people have heard of these guys. They're not unknown. Jonathan Richman plays guitar. Here is Jerry Harrison, who went on to play keyboards and guitar in the Talking Heads. And here's David Robinson from the Cars on drums. This guy's named Ernie something. I don't know. But this is one of his early tracks. And moving on later, when I might have spoke about it, he sort of went acoustic. And I'm going to play a track called, well, let this speak for itself later on.
Born in the 50s, looking so bold, Fender Stratocaster. Everything your parents hated about rock and roll. Fender, Fender, Fender. Wanging and twanging, sounding so tough. Fender Stratocaster. And the kids in my corner, they can't get enough. Fender, Fender, Fender. Like the wind in your hair when the top is down. Like taillights headed for another town. Fender
Jonathan's fun.
Well, there's something about
No
that
doubt.
sound.
Great songwriter. So, I spoke about him a little last time, but I wanted to give him another plug because I don't think I showed his range for a guy that's been around for a long, long time. So, check out Jonathan Richman.
Oh, the sound is thin and the sound is cheap, like a tin can falling on a dead-end street.
Also on the gentler side, we touched on him last time, but didn't really dig in. Sean Lennon's debut album on the Beastie Boys label covers a lot of ground. This track we're going to hear now is the title cut, Into the Sun, and it is a lovely bossa nova tune. Yeah, like I said, Sean Lennon, Into the Sun, covers a lot of ground. He plays a jazz tune on here. There's some like Sonic Youth-y type sort of indie rock stuff, beautiful pop rock stuff, great harmonies, and I really like him. His other solo albums aren't as interesting to me, but he does play in a few bands that are really great. This is with Yuka Honda from Chibo Mato, who I think was his girlfriend for a while, or the other girl in the band was his girlfriend. So he played with them for a while. And then now he plays in something called The Ghost of the Saber-Toothed Tiger, which is a really cool project with another woman. And he also plays with Les Claypool in sort of a psychedelic thing, which is crazy. And out there, and they tour, and I think they're really enjoying each other. So since we're on the bossa nova tip, even though this goes everywhere, and also this next one I'm going to talk about is a local artist that I love, and I thought the color scheme was going to work. So, gosh, I feel terrible. I can never pronounce it right, but Colio and Rindell. This is called the name of the band is, that's the name of the band, Colio and Rindell, and this is called Sunny Day. Is the album. This is called Something About Lovers. Love this track.
Some love lovers always breaks your heart. Some bad lovers tears us apart. Some bad lovers always takes a while, but you're quickly back in style like a fast 1 country mile. Some bad lovers makes us scream and shout. Some bad lovers turns us inside out. Some bad lovers will always sing about, and I never have no doubt, I can feel it in my soul. Somebody loves
Yeah, I want to give these guys plenty of love. I'm going to skip forward a couple tracks of the title track from the record, and I'm going to show the label. I'm going to walk up to the camera here. Coelho, Cleo, and Rindell. Sunny Day. Here's the title track.
Tired of wasting time, tired of wasting time. Sitting watching my life go by, no need to wonder why. Got too many things to say, it's a sunny day. Take a ride, go out to play, it's a sunny day. Watching my life go by in a flash, it's a gas. I don't know why I don't cry anymore.
Love it. Okay, so moving on. That's a new artist. This album came out last year. Check them out. Sunny Day is the name of the record. And as if you didn't already know, I'm trying to turn my friends on to great records that they might not have heard before. So right now, let's see. I got this thing. I mentioned it. I'm not sure if anyone knows about it. And I'm just going to, I haven't listened to this for a long time, but I remember it was fun. And it is Brian May and Friends, including Eddie Van Halen. From 1983. Sounds like some silly 80s pop to me. But that's okay. That's alright. We're gonna go to the next song. That sounded like Asia. But I remember there being something pretty cool on here. Maybe it's the last song that's like a blues jam or something. I don't know.
I've been sleeping, I've been hiding, beat my head against the wall. I've been crying, it's from staring at the strain of it all. Let me out.
So it's not that great. But it's interesting. It's a footnote in rock history, okay? Yeah. So I have something really good next, though. We covered this last time, but I'm going to play you some more because he's a really great artist. He's actually this guy, Brendan Benson. He's in the He's in the Raconteurs as well. Here's an EP that came out. It actually has a demo of this on here. Here's One Mississippi. If you like pop music, I highly recommend it. It's a great album. He has some other great releases, and like I said, he's in the Raconteurs with Jack White. Here's his second album. I love Brendan Benson. He's a favorite of mine. Definitely worth getting your ears on that. So, what's next? Let's see. baby's tied to her chair.
Don't she look pretty? Just sitting there. My baby's tied to her chair. Don't she look pretty? Just sitting there.
Yeah, here's my Raconteurs reference. You know the Raconteurs, the rock band with Jack White and also Brendan Benson. He's from the Detroit area, and
And if she wants some love, I kiss her.
great singer.
And when I'm close, you know she gets.
All right, this is a weird choice.
And when I'm gone, I'll surely miss her.
I'm gonna let this play though.
My baby's tied to her chair. Don't she look pretty? Just sitting there. My baby's tied to her chair. Don't she look pretty? Just sitting there. Yeah.
Brendan Benson. Bring it home. All right, so here's the pick of the day. I basically did this whole series on video for this. You guys know this record?
Oh, how it's been so long. We're so sorry we've been gone. We were busy writing songs for you. Oh, how it's been so long.
Okay, so much like Sgt. Pepper, this song
You don't have to worry, 'cause we're still the same.
this meta song, you'll have to seek it out on your own. I'm trying to listen to it, but that's no good. Pretty Odd by Panic at the Disco, a band that I could not stand in the past. And this album is amazing. It's their second record. They're basically apologizing to their fans for not being there for them and said they've been busy writing songs for you. So it's kind of like a Sgt. Pepper fake, live song. It's Chuck with beautiful, beautiful, beautiful songs. And please listen to this record if you have any tolerance for the guy's voice. It's interesting because, It's interesting because their second album, they don't play it anymore. They don't talk about it. I think there's only two guys in the band, maybe just the singer, and they're a huge band around the world now. So, they just kind of avoid this. I think it was like a bad time of their career because it didn't do as well as they wanted it to. But it's a beautiful record and definitely worth checking out. Who's next? Okay, let me cue something up while you listen to. I'm going to play the next song that I really like. It's a rocker. Their ballads are killer too. This is called She's a Handsome Woman. And then we're going to be back with the soundtrack.
Innocent, sunk the glow in drowning covers, sent for all your absent lovers' things. Sheepish wolves, looking lived and eating buttons. Wink, just don't put your teeth on me. Accident, let the evening in the back door.
All right, so again, Panic at the Disco is the band. Pretty Odd is the record. And I love it. It's really good. It didn't take many listens for me to get hooked to this band. Okay, right now, here's something that I've been pushing on everybody for years, and I adore it. It's a movie, so it's a fake band. It's a fictional band called Sing Street. And it's about a band in high school in Dublin, Ireland in 1980s. So let's see. This is after listening to Duran Duran and Hall & Oates. The song's called Drive It Like You Stole It. This soundtrack also has a bunch of great music on it by 80s artists. Duran Duran, The Jam, The Cure. I'll get back in it. So, like, recognize us? Yeah. They took a little something from Maneater by Hall & Oates. But I adore this movie. I push it way too hard on people. It's a little bit Commitments and a little bit School of Rock, and it's definitely a great teen coming-of-age film if you're into that. And in these times when we have time to try out new stuff, I highly recommend that movie. It's really fun. Now, this kind of comes to the end of my list that I made. I do have another episode with soul and funk music and hip-hop. But I thought for this episode I'd go back and pick a few more things, even though they're very popular. The Specials are a very special band to me. They speak, Ireland, 1980, England, 1980. The ska scene, which was reborn right here. This album's produced by Elvis Costello. I'm sure many of you heard it, and a lot of people out there will be like, best albums I never heard. Come on, dude. Everyone's heard that. There's going to be a couple of those. This is sort of the honorable mention section because, if you haven't heard this band and you have a little time now, this is a great party band to check out. You might have known their single Message to You, Rudy. Okay. Or Gangsters. But, I don't know. They're super fun. And I'm just going to pop around here and play. Where's my favorite song? That's not it. It's the next one. Nope, that's not either. But they're all good. I like this one. It's about stopping racism. So if you're already a Specials fan, the good news is they came out with a new record last year. And it's really great. It's not all the members, but it's a lot of the main ones. It's the main singer. Here's their second album, More Specials. And also, Jerry Dammer is the guy that wrote a lot of songs. It's not in the current lineup, but he put out an album called Special AKA. It's a little more jazzy, and it's still great. This band is killer. Check them out, okay? Won't you please? All right. This is Foxborough Hot Tubs. Stop, Drop, and Roll, the title cut from their only album that I know of. And actually, just so you're in the know, Foxborough Hot Tubs is Green Day playing a different band. What do you think? You like? Here's another honorable mention, kind of new to the list, because everyone knows Grand Funk Railroad. Or do you?
Come on over to my side. That's where you wanna be. Come along for the joyride and let your mama see. Ain't no way to deny it if it's in your soul. You don't know till you try it. Baby, let the good times roll. Let me taste your life. Let me feel your
So why this particular Grand Funk album? Well, it's their second album, Grand Funk from Detroit, before they were Grand Funk Railroad. And when I was working for a short period of time at a record store, everybody that worked at the record store liked this record. Now, you know how often that happens? Like never. Usually everybody hates what everybody else is playing. But this one, 100% across the board, everyone was like, kick ass. Even the sort of house girl that listened to, electronic music and stuff, she's like, this is fucking awesome. So, Grand Funk's second album called Grand Funk. Actually, it says Grand Funk Railroad on the label, but that might just be their own thing. I love this record so much.
I hear my baby knocking at my front door. She knows what I got. She wants some more.
Okay.
It's all over.
Hey, thanks everybody for tuning in to Uncle Ray's, LPs, bands, records you may have never heard that are great. There's a volume 1 of this. Go back and check that out. And right now, shameless self-promotion time. I have an independent label. It's called Pacific Soul Records, and you certainly haven't, unless you know me well, haven't heard anything from that. But I'm going to play you some
no word.
right now.
Your bag, your beautiful flower. Don't change your petals for a cheap tin plate, a rusty old chunk of metal band. You come to me, brother, my brother. You say you found a pair.
Okay, so really quickly, Zirkus. This isn't on the Zirkus album, but it's a Zirkus song. We're on all the platforms: Spotify, YouTube. What's the other one? Pandora. Fun pop band, noise pop band from San Francisco, late 80s, early 90s. This song's from my greatest hits record, Uncle Ray's Super Hits. It's called Badge. It's by Zirkus. And I've been in a bunch of bands, so this covers a lot of it. Another band I was in was called Tang. We'll pull something up by them right quick. Kind of the same kind of vibe a little bit. Funky. Good for the kids to shake their booty to. This is Tang with Frozen OJ. Anyway, if you go to PacificSoulRecords.com, there's a ton of free stuff you can check out and listen to. It's all up there. I'm Uncle Ray. There I am. Thanks for tuning in to this segment of the best records you never heard. I'll see you next time. Please send me requests for shows to UncleRadioValencia@gmail.com. I think I still have a radio show on RadioValencia.com. radiovalencia.com on Monday mornings from 10 to noon. Check it out. It's radiovalencia.fm. And you'll see some links below. Thanks for listening. See you next time.